Welcome to Pull Up and Ready, a place for average night. Too
One day we'll
early?
get it. One day we'll get it.
Was it too early? What?
No, I don't know why you're laughing.
Like, I couldn't tell if you were nodding to the beat or what. Well, anyways, welcome to Pull Up and Ready, a place where average vets come to share their opinions about the world we live in. We can't guarantee you're going to like our opinions.
But we promise you, Jim's gonna laugh about it. I mean, we're gonna give them to you anyway.
I'm Jim.
I'm Nate. Let's pull up and ready.
I don't know. The intro could be the whole show, man. We just do the intro and be done with it. Oh, my goodness. I'm like, why are you bobbing your head? Like, is it going to the music? And you just interrupted my whole intro.
Don't need to be too obvious.
Oh, well, you got all right. Well, I mean, we'll give them the back inside information. The problem with this recording software is a problem. I don't know if it's my connection or not, but some of you guys probably smart enough to pick it up anyway. Yes, for some reason mine ends quicker than his, so I keep cutting off the beginning. So that's why you're going to see our dumb looking faces sometimes just paused out. But either way, you don't need to know that because that's our problem.
Well, now they do know it, so.
Well, you don't need to care about that, really. You do know it. You need to know it because we look like a bunch of bumbling idiots. And yeah, we'll have to come up with a secret trigger. Maybe we'll make that part of the show, some secret action move or something, and see if they can pick it up. Yeah, some base stealing sign. You got to pick the right one, and then I'll know. Either way, welcome back, Nate. Appreciate you. One day this stuff will go smooth, or one day we'll get somebody who can get it to go smooth.
One day, just not today.
Yeah, not today. Speaking of today, I don't even know if we want to mention it, but today's Monday. And we are going to pull some headlines off the mainstream media and talk about them from our perspective, whether we've read the article or not. Chances are we haven't, but we know you haven't either. So we'll tell you how to act and feel. Why is that important?
Is today Columbus Day or Indigenous People Day? Or is it both?
Well,
because we're just average veterans who've been around the world and we know everything.
So now you can ask us today.
You don't have to answer that.
Well, we got this whole show, but you know what? People have some bad rap about Columbus Day, and I kind of get them. I understand. I just don't know what they think would happen. Like, if Columbus wasn't the one, don't they think somebody else would have come over here, and probably the same type of person who was doing the sailing and greedy and evil. So I don't think we celebrate. Well, maybe some people do. Maybe they did. Columbus Day shouldn't be about Christopher Columbus. It should be about the discovery or the inhabitants or the pathway to what America is today. Because without him, it would have been somebody else.
All illegals, because you all came here illegally, all of you.
Yes, you're all illegal.
Because I think they had an immigration system back then, right, in 1492 when Columbus sailed the ocean blue.
I don't think so. I think if you made the trip, you were okay.
Oh, okay. So,
yeah,
so they didn't come here illegally. I'm just checking.
Right. There were no borders then, though.
Well, let's talk about illegally.
Yeah. Speaking of Columbus type people, New York governor tells migrants to go somewhere else after inviting them with open arms.
You know where they're going?
Where?
Chicago Airport, I believe. And if you didn't listen to episode or two ago, I forgot which episode it was on. You're just talking about how they're all in Chicago Airport right now. So
well, but they're only going to be there temporary till they get tents, because I'm sure it doesn't get cold in Chicago. So the tents better be like winter tents. So I don't know.
That's pretty funny, So your sanctuary state and New York City themselves too are sending them out. But also when they show up on your doorstep, you're no longer wanting them. It's funny.
Right, but here's the moral of this story, which is more disturbing than anything. It's not that. It's the fact that once they realize, because it's now in their backyard, once they realize it's a problem, their remedy is to send them somewhere else or get rid of them. But
Texas was sending them somewhere else.
That's my point. And they somehow can't connect that's exactly what Texas is doing. They're trying to blame Texas for their immigration problem. Like, are you really that stupid?
They are.
Like, well, no, not the politicians, dude. The politicians are not stupid. They know the game. Obviously, like always said, they think we're stupid. And yes, there are a lot of stupid people out there, and probably a good chunk of them live in New York. I mean, don't get me wrong. Because if you do live in New York and you subscribe to all this stuff, you got to be stupid. I mean, there's no, you might have other reasons for living there, which I'll give you guys a pass. But it's just crazy. And I guess New York, I'd say New York City, because upstate New York, I don't think is this stupid. I think
Well, I don't. It's not that stupid, but it's still run by the same governor, so it doesn't
right.
matter.
Right. Well, you can argue that, but I'll give them a pass because maybe there's hope that their territory will overtake the city one day and have good policy. But you know what I mean? It's hypocritical, and it just shows you how people completely miss the point. Instead of saying we have an immigration problem because now we understand what Texas is going through, they're blaming Texas for their problem. How stupid! Let's go on.
Where are they sending them to? They send them to other sanctuary
I need more
states and
coffee.
cities, or
I don't know where they're sending them. They're just telling them they can't come. But look at the people in Staten Island. The people that blocked that bus from coming in got arrested. People in Staten Island said, no, we don't want this. And they're more likely to be conservative Republicans, right? Staten Island. Because
probably.
those are the people that got out of the city. That's why Staten Island's usually safer. Yeah, I'm pretty. I lived right across from Staten Island for a long time. Not that they're not trash because they're still New Yorkers, but they're the better part of the trash. They're the part that doesn't smell. So they probably say it about us from Jersey too.
Oh, I'm sure they do. Isn't that where New York City sends your trash to Jersey?
Yeah, yeah.
Is
But
that what the saying is?
yeah, but
Yeah.
think about it. That's what it is. We're filled with New York's trash and Philadelphia's trash. So New Jersey is just this big, and there's not a lot of people actually from Jersey. But I've renounced my Jersey citizenship. All right, we can move to the next one because
This
that's a
guy's
joke.
about to renounce too.
But this is crazy right here. Listen to what I'm saying here. AG Garland vows to step down if Biden seeks Trump probe. This is either a typo or something nefarious is going on here.
Well, Garland is a Biden
Yes,
appointee, right?
he's a hack. He's a garden hack, a Biden hack. Yeah,
And he's not going to support it. Something's already there.
right. Because what's probably going on here? This is just my guess. Garland knows he's going to be relieved of his duties, and he's trying to save face and come up with an excuse of why he resigns. So he doesn't have to carry the burden of being a corrupt politician, who's responsible for destroying a big chunk of this country with his ridiculous, charging, not charging crap. So I'm thinking this is his way out. I think he's looking to save face here. That's all I can say.
How come there's no headlines on the Biden impeachment? Isn't something going on there?
Yeah, yeah, but every time the
Oh,
Biden stuff comes up, the Trump case comes up. You don't think it's
oh,
coincidence that
oh.
Trump's in New York in court right now while the Biden impeachment's going on? Dude,
Hmm.
January 6th, right? January 6th, the election day, was like a TV show, right? Nothing can happen during this TV show. People didn't watch it. Didn't see it. Well, that wasn't good enough. So you got to be smart enough. You don't have to be intelligent. You got to be smart enough to say, wow, all these coincidences, there's got to be something to them. Every time something was coming out on Biden, they throw something out on Trump. Fake or real, didn't matter. Every time. Because they couldn't have Biden in the news. So all these morons who don't have time to read the thing that we're probably one of them. But at least we're smart enough though to see, there's something going on here. So it causes you to look a step further. If you really don't have time to look a step further, just find somebody you trust. Like us. I mean, we don't know everything.
Yep.
We don't know everything.
I say at the very beginning, we know everything because we've been around the world.
Well, right. Well, we know everything that's right,
You
right?
don't
We
even know
just
what we
don't
talk
know.
about, Jim.
Oh my
Gosh.
gosh. Did I just contradict us? God. But the point I'm getting is I know that there's things out there I don't know, and there's probably things I talk about I really don't know. But if nothing, I have a clue when something's not right. You know what I mean? It doesn't have
Yeah.
to be a subconscious thing. It's something's not right. And if you can't pick up on this right now, that's why this stood out to me. It didn't I don't even think of it anymore. There's no reason this dude is protecting Trump. No way. There's no reason. So, all right, I'm done talking about this clown. I need more coffee. I love this coffee in the morning. Anyways, meteorologists, scientists explain why there is no climate emergency.
Follow the science, right?
Well, first of all, let's be real. These aren't real scientists, and they're not real meteorologists because they probably couldn't even tell you the origin of COVID. Um, so we can't trust them, right? Because they probably took ivermectin or the horse pill
They're
stuff,
not
whatever.
COVID scientists. They're climate scientists. Come on, there's a difference.
Right. But I mean, my point is there's only certain scientists that are believable. And meteorologists, obviously, well, I don't give them much credit because they can't predict the weather and the day of the weather. But but you get what I'm saying is initially when you don't like the information, you discredit the person saying it. It's just that simple. So wherever this came from, the first thing they're going to do is discredit the people. They're not going to disprove the science. They're not going to disprove what they say. They're just going to discredit the people, and that's all you can do, right?
But there is no climate emergency because once politicians stop buying waterfront property, then maybe I'll believe them. But until then,
Well,
whatever.
right. And I mean, like I said, it just like the COVID stuff. If you walk out your front door and like I go back to Monty Python, the Holy Grail, bring out your dead, bring out your dead. That is real. When you walk out, there's a guy walking through the street and people are putting dead bodies on there because there's a plague killing everybody. That's real.
You know that was a movie, right?
What's that?
That was a movie. It was fiction.
Yeah, I understand, but
Okay,
it was
okay.
based on a time in history, right? It was based on a time, right? I was like, what are you talking about? But that's my point. Like, if you walked out your house right now and you saw dark clouds in the sky, you would believe it might rain. But if you walked outside
I
and it
would
was
check
sunny
with my
as
I would check with my meteorologist first.
you would do definitely. I would definitely because it could be coming, right? The point I'm getting is what they say, don't believe your lying eyes, whatever. So that's kind of thing to me. So climate emergency, you can talk about the Earth ice caps melting, blah 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 blah. Yeah, we get that, but how long is that going to take? Now, doesn't mean we shouldn't do anything to stop it. But what is it going to? What are we going to do right now? Every electric vehicle on the road now. Now, what do we do? And the stuff's still changing. Like, what are we doing?
I can't
There's
wait
no.
till we go all electric. It's gonna be fun.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be a nightmare. Could you imagine the lines of just getting electric power, gas? Imagine when the electricity goes out and nobody can drive.
We get electric planes. They have to. How many layers do you have to get to LA? To get to like when you go over the ocean, how much electricity is left to go
Well,
to Europe?
they'll well, you know how phones can do wireless charging now? They'll probably have planes that can just fly next to you and charge you up.
Well, one of them's not going to be too much charging.
Well, he's going to go up, empty the charge, and go down. The other one's going to come up, empty the charge, and go down. Well, either way, the point is, it's ridiculous. It's not sustainable. It's not going to happen. And let's let creative people invent ways. There's so many things out there, water and all this stuff, hydro. I mean, there's so many things. I see them all the time, like these little inventions people are coming up with to harness electricity from the sun without just electric cars. But
Scientists are figuring that out. But
let
anyways,
let it happen, dude. Stop trying to force this. Stop. It's just another money grab.
like this is a money grab.
Oh yeah, of course. Pentagram. Look at that. Ooh, Freudian slip there. Pentagon warns Congress. It is kind of coincidental how they made a Pentagon. Okay, anyway, Pentagon warns Congress it's running low on funds to replace weapons sent to Ukraine.
We got to pass that funding bill soon.
So does that mean funds for our country's weapons, or are there more weapons in Ukraine?
Yep.
Well, I mean, think about it. So if we send them all of our weapons because they're in war, what do we have?
Americans.
Right. Who's going to
We'll, we'll defend our own country.
right, with all of our guns that we only have limits to.
That's only certain states.
All right. Well,
So
that's
far.
going to catch on.
So
Right?
far.
Yeah, I was going to say it's going to catch on. Everybody's going to do it.
So might as well start buying them now.
Right. That's all. That's probably what it is. Some secret gun lobbies. It's the NRA putting this out. They're taking your guns. You better buy more. Gun sales go up.
It
So
might
now
be.
Americans have stockpiles of guns. So, but you know what I mean. This is first of all, I'm getting tired of Ukraine money. I'm getting tired of it. Anybody who's supporting sending more of our money to Ukraine is not on my friends list. If they are, take yourself off because I'm done with it. I'm done with it,
No Christmas card for you.
dude. And I'm just so done with it because just go get an education. Go educate yourself. Do I think Putin's a bad man? Yes. Russia's always been they've always been our enemy. They don't care about us. They have a different way of life, a different view in the world. But Russia, Putin had every right to protect their sovereign nation from our lies. No, we will not expand NATO. Guess what? We're expanding NATO. Every opportunity we had to avoid this war. We had every opportunity. We provoked Russia. Should they have went in? No. But what should they have done? Let NATO just form on their borders? And then what? Put themselves in a bad position and then they'd have to use nuclear weapons? Is that the answer? You're idiots. You're all just idiots. If you're supporting Ukraine, like, look, you want to support Ukraine? Tell them to go to Mexico and come through the U.S. Just bring them here. We got plenty of space in Chicago Airport.
But not in New York.
Just bring them here. You want to support the people of Ukraine, but give Russia Ukraine, even if they turn it into a desert where you can't put any NATO or military anything to threaten Russia. I support that because guess what? I support that for my country. We wouldn't let it happen in Cuba, right? We damn well won't let any of our enemies put crap in Mexico or Canada, right? So why do we get to do that?
Well, I'd just like to wish everybody a happy Found America Day, and we'll cut that Ukraine headline off for Jim because he needs more coffee.
Oh, but you get what I'm saying, dude? Come on. I mean, it's got to make you mad a little bit that we think that we're some. I mean, and you know what it is? It's crazy because it's all these virtue signalers that are the ones supporting it. Like you literally are supporting people who do oppressive things while trying to say that these people over here are oppressive. Like, what are you talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about because there's no headline down there. So
all right, whatever,
I have no clue what's.
All right, man. Nate's got to go. He must have to take a deuce or drop a deuce, drop the kids off the pool. I don't know. But all right, we'll leave it there. Thanks again, Nate, for coming on this wonderful episode. Thanks for subscribing out there, all you viewers. If you're on YouTube and you're not seeing this, you're not hearing this either. Go to Rumble because we're not going to last long on YouTube because you can't talk about anything they don't like. So in the meantime, just send us your money and all that other stuff so we can get rich and just start our own channel or something. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Until then, Godspeed.
And pull the pin ready. Boom.
Thanks for joining us here. Pull the pin already. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If you like what we do, go ahead and hit that like button and share this video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. But most importantly, leave a comment below. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our opinions. Hope to see you here next time on Pull the Pin Already.